The executive functions, all these things, it's kind of broad umbrella over a whole host of ways of thinking. But as a rule of thumb, and as I've talked a lot about, I think about them as being just these kind of stop and think skills. And how do we get our students to stop and think? In that industrial model that we talked about, the value was on knowing the answers, and a value was on knowing the answers right now. And sometimes that's still crucially important. That idea of the automaticity, that our students need to know the times tables automatically at the fingertips without thinking about it. It needs to just, we talked about 3 5s. 3 times 5, it just pops into your head, and we want it to pop into our head for the kids. But sometimes we've got to slow down. Sometimes we've got to stop and think. And this clip from Alice in Wonderland, I absolutely love it. Here you go. Just a couple of seconds.
Oh my.
Excuse me, sir, but I've been trying to...
Why, Marianne! What are you doing out here?
Marianne?
Don't just do something, stand there. No, go. Go get my gloves, I'm late.
But late for what? That's just what
My gloves!
That seems like my working life sometimes, right? But the rabbit's saying, don't just do something, stand there. And he's saying it in a kind of, it's as if he's supposed to have got mixed up. But actually, it's bloody great advice. Don't just do something, stand there. Because what our kids are doing is, they're just doing something. The kids in that clip, the kids who are approaching the problems and not being able to respond to it, they're just doing something. When what they should be doing is standing there, stopping, thinking, making judgments, considering. And I wanted to share with you some examples of that, about how teachers have created ways of getting their kids to stop and think. I was on Kangaroo Island recently, and Kath Flynn there had done this piece of work, and it was a brilliant piece of work. What she'd done was, they were doing Romeo and Juliet, I think with her year 8s, I think it was. She was doing Romeo and Juliet, and she'd asked a series of questions. And one of the questions that she asked the kids was, which of the characters in Romeo and Juliet are you most like? What 2 traits do you share? And give some examples from your life. And then what she did was, she took all of the students' responses to that one question and coded them, so she highlighted them on those 3 parts, what character you like, 2 traits, and stories from your own life. And then she collated every student's responses on one big sheet of paper and shared that with all the students. So all the students got to see, anonymised, everybody else's response to that question. And some of the responses were just brilliant. This is my favourite one, this one in the middle here. I am like Romeo in many ways because we are both daring and handsome people. And his story was that when he goes down to Stokes Bay, he likes to go rock climbing, and the public just get to generally see how good looking he is. That was brilliant. But what Kath did was, she talked about, she asked the students, to look at all those responses in terms of the knowledge, the know-how, the knowledge that was representative of the characters, the understandings, so the linking of ideas, and then she was getting them to stop and think about, that stuff about, we've done the knowledge and know-how, and a bit of that understanding, so now, but what are the skills that are coming through? What's the underlying skills of English? How is the essence of English coming through in these responses? And then looking at, the application of those English skills and that understanding and that knowledge. So the activity that she got the kids to do was to choose any 2 of those sample responses, cut them out, stick them in the books, and then give feedback to other students about, yes, the degree to which they answered the question, the knowledge and know-how, and the degree to which they demonstrated those sorts of learning characteristics. She scaffolded the kids. She'd done this kind of double hit where they'd answered the question, and now she got them to think about what was actually going on there, what English skills, what essence had been brought out and reflected in those responses.